Good day, everyone. Yeah, this is Jacket Setro, and you're welcome to Setro Craft channel. It's been a while. I've been away on YouTube. You know what, Genge? I'm now a cinematographer. Do you want to mind that? Yeah, I'm now into cinematic sections and videography and photography. So I have lots of events. I have events. Let me not say lots of events. Events lined up for me. But if you have an event, you inviting us. We're ready to travel anywhere. When I mean anywhere, I mean anywhere. So I'll please put in some of my vlogs in this video. Please try to watch it. Just 1 minute. Thank you for helping you, girl. So today, what are we doing? We're doing what I call off-shoulder blouse. It's as easy as A and B and C. I know you might have been used to it. Off-shoulder Regnant sleeve blouse. And before that, I like talking a lot. Thank you for those that were at Lagos Fashion 2018. Now a bigger word is here. And what is it? It's African Fashion and Arts Festival. It is endorsed by the Nigerian, what's it called, the presidency. So it's going to be a bigger word. I want it to be there. Setro fashion will be on the runway, and it's going to be great. It's a combination of fashion and art. Setro Media is also a media partner to this event, so showcasing the African heritage to the world. In case you're wondering what's Setro Media, it's my new baby that takes care of what photography, cinematic sections, videography, and we are into all sorts of events. You can call us for your weddings, for your burials, birthdays, whatever. Yeah, so we're there for you. So it's nice having you around once again, being on YouTube. I'm so excited. So let's get started. Off-shoulder blouse. What are the measurement parameters you've been needing for this? There's what we call the round shoulder. So you're going to take your round shoulder measurement this way because it's not going to be sitting on your shoulder. So we have what we call the round shoulder. So this is the round shoulder measurement. This is where you want the top to sit on. For someone like me, it's going to be like 43, 44. It all depends on how you want it to fall. And so this like 43. Then there's what we call the chest line. That's the upper part of your burst. So immediately after the armhole, you're going to be needing these measurements as well. So in the course of this class, we're going to be using 35. So let me just show you how to get that. So it's something like this. The upper part of the bust immediately after the armhole this way. That's the chest measurement. Then you now have the bust profile. The bust is about 37, 38. I would like to use 38 for a little ease. You have the underburst, the round underburst, the shoulder to nipple, and all other measurement parameters. In case you don't know how to measure very well, I have a video to that effect. You can do well. So please watch. Yeah, let's get to the cutting table. Okay, right now this our origin. I'm choosing this place as the origin. I want this to fall to the bust point. So this is my origin. And I know you know the measurement parameters. We're using bust 38, shoulder to nipple 10.5, shoulder to underburst, shoulder to nipple 10, shoulder to underburst 13.5. We'll be adding half because of the joining. Then we do what? We have the half length position to be 17 inches, blouse length to be 24 inches, blouse hips to be 41 inches, and what have you? We have the sleeve to be 10 inches and the round sleeve to be 12 inches. So let's get started. These are origins. So one thing for off-shoulder blouses or off-shoulder dresses, you do what? You place, because it's not going to be having shoulder, so you place 4 inches forward this way. Some persons could use 5 inches. It all depends on you how you want it to fall. So you're placing 4 inches, but make sure you place 4 inches forward this way. This 4 inches will be added to the sleeve. You see, we'll get there. So we now get our measurement parameters. These are origin right now. 4 inches forward. Our shoulder to nipple is what? Is 10 inches. So this 10 here. We mark it. Then shoulder to underburst, I'm making 14 inches. do you have again? Shoulder to your half length position, making it 17 inches. Then our blouse length is what? 24 inches. Could use 1 inch for turning in. So you rule out those positions. Then you have your shoulder to your chest line to be 8 inches. Look at it. Your shoulder to your chest point, that's your armhole point, to be 8 inches. So where we took the chest measurement. So you also get that sorted out. So you still place your four forwards this way. So this chest line. So you rule out and name the lines properly. You have this as our chest line. These are burst line. These are under burst. These are half length. And of course, these are blouse lengths. So it's as easy as A and B and C. Never mind. Please remember, you're going to watch my vlogs. I'm doing 3 vlogs, just a minute each. Promise me you watch it. So, what are we doing? Just right now, we just get to what? To know the nipple to nipple measurement. Nipple to nipple, or some persons call it across burst. As you can see, this is 8 across burst, or nipple to nipple 8. So, you get that measurement on the bust line and get it across, up, just straight down. And you now had what you're using for your seam allowance. If you use 1/4 inch for seam allowance, you had it. If you use 1/2 inch for seam allowance, you had it. So this is the bust line. Let me name the lines properly. This is the origin, this is the chest line, burst line, on the burst, this is the half length, this is the blouse length. So on the burst line, we're making 4 inches, so I can add 1/4 inch. So for my, what's it called? Seam allowance. And you can add 1/2 inch if you use 1/2 inch to sew. So this 1/4 inch here. So I'm going to get this 4 1/4 inch across board. I'll get it vertically across board on all the lines. So now rule a straight line. So I come to this chest line also. I will get it, and roll it. So it's going to come down at 2 inches or 2.5 inches to 3 inches lower than the half length position. As when we're taking the dart, you're going to see what I'm saying. So right now, what do? We'll take our dart from the underburst line. We're going to be achieving 2 inches dart. 1 inch on the right and the other on the left side. So it's just split it this way. It's 1 inch. This is another 1 inch. Together we have 2 inches dart, as you can see. 2 inches dart. So you get this dart across to the burst point, then to the underburst line, and just to this position, get it this way to the burst point. After getting to the burst point, so on the origin here, we're going to be taking 1.5 inches dart. 1.5 inches dart. So we'll be taking 3/4 inch on both sides. This 3/4 inch, 1/2 then 3/4 here as well, 1/2. This is going to give us 1.5 inches. So we're going to extend the dart to the origin. So let's just get our dart taken. So right now we're going to take our dart this way. This is the 1 inch, taking it to the bust position. These are curved too. So come this way as well. here. Taking our darts that way. So we're going to do the extension. This is going to go this way to the dart on the origin. Like this, will be extended to this other side. So with this, we are good to go and add that. Then we now take our normal measurement parameters. We come to the chest line. We said the chest measurement we're taking is 35. You're going to divide by 4 because it's on two-fold. So 35 divided by 4 is going to give us 8 3/4. This 8.5. This quarter. 8 3/4 inches. So we're going to be adding. Remember here we have 2 inches dart allowance. You can add the 2 inches. You now have your 2 inches. If you're using 1 inch for seam allowance, you can add 1 inch. Then you still have the dart allowance. But so far you're not taking it from here, it's optional. You could add, you could not add. But let me see if I will still have that 2 inches. So when you're getting here also, this is the bust line. On this bust line, our bust is 38. 38 divided by 4 is giving us 9.5 inches. 9.5 inches. So you add your normal 2 inches allowance. And if you want to add that 2 inches, let's see if you have it. Then this is the underburst. Underburst is 32 inches. 32 divided by 4 is going to give us 8. So we have 8. So compulsory. You had your normal seam allowance. If you're using 1 inch for seam allowance, you had it. I do use 2 inches or thereabout. So you now had this 2 inches dart. Then you come to the half length position. The half length measurement is 36. 36 divided by 4 will give us 9 inches. Plus 2 inches allowance, then plus the extra 2 inches there. So right now we'll just go to the blouse length, where we take the blouse hip. The blouse hip is 41 divided by 4 will give us 10.25 inch. That's how we have it. That's how we keep rolling. So just connect to points. Just like a sketch like this. So having this sketch right now, what do? We now cut out. Actually, in this option of the blouse, we're not going to cut out this because we are still going to cut out this dart allowance, but we're not cutting it now. It's when we've cut the back panel, we've joined, then we'll now use it to cut it out. And beside that, I would like to achieve a canoe neck, a canoe neck. So that canoe neck, the width is going to be 4 inches and the depth is going to be 6.5. For the depth, 4 is already half this way. So this 6.5. So you get the width 4 inches. So that's somewhere here. So you get your canoe neck out right now. You could use a V-neck. You could use a round neck, whichever neck you choose to use. So with this, we cut out this, then we cut the back panel. And one other thing we are to achieve is your sleeve. You achieve your work. From this, your neckline, you are going to achieve the Regnant sleeve this way. Your armhole, the armhole I'm using it 17, that's 8.5. So I'll slant it this way from this neckline to get to this chest line. So that is just the logic there. So this is the 8.5. It could be 8 or it could be 8.5. Anyone you choose based on your this. So you slant it this way. So this is the Regnant part of the sleeve. Based on your armhole, my armhole is sometimes 16 or 17, or at most 19 round armhole. So that's 8.25. I ended up using 8.25. So that's what you also use for the back. Just like this, just cut it out. The Regnant sleeve. And you join it. We're not going to join right now. We're going to cut the back panel. Remember, these are origin. Right now for the back panel, these are origin. So from our origin, we're going to get our chest line. Just like the front panel, you place your 4 inches forward this way. Our chest line is from 8. Our bust line is 10. Our on the burst, 14. Our half length is 17. Then the blouse length is 24 plus 1 inch 2.5. So we just fill out our measure, our lines. This is the chest line. This is the burst. This is the on burst. This is the half length. And this is the blouse length. So just like the back panel, but just like the front panel, but the big difference is you first of all create your zipper allowance across board. So 1 inch. You could actually cut on the open hands this way for your back panel. So it's advisable. But like it says right now, I'm going to open half. So you create your 1 inch zipper allowance across board and you roll it down. So right now, we'll now start our normal measurements. You come to the burst line, you take the normal burst measurements, that's 4 inches. So you could just add 1/4 inch for seam allowance as well. But you know, we're not going to be taking 2 inches of that on the back panel because there's no burst shape at the back, and we're not going to be putting that burst shape. So we're just going to be taking 1 inch that, and it's not going to have burst shape. So you just get this across board, 1/4. For the back panel, actually, we're going to start just use the bust. We're not going to be extending the tats because there is no shape there for the burst. So I'm just going to get it from the bust line to the underburst and like 2.5 inches lower than the underburst if you want the extension or anyhow you want it. So 1 inch that means we're going to be taking 1/2 inch on both sides to give us a 1 inch dart. So this is 1 inch here. So we just take it to the burst line and down. There we go. So because there is no butt shape at the back, so you just take it this way while you're sewing. Just take the dart this way and you're good to go. So right now we'll just get our measurement parameters for our chest line. We know it's 35, same at the back as the front panel. 35 divided by this is giving us 8 3/4. Is 8 3/4 inches here. You add your normal sewing allowance, and here you might just be adding 1 inch extra because it's 1 inch less, and that's if it's actually needed. The bust is 10. It's no, it's 9.5. That's 38 divided by 4. You add your 2 inches in allowance and 1 inch of that. Then on the bust is 32. That's 8 inches. Add your 2 inches in allowance and 1 inch for this dart. When you come to the half length, the half length is 36, that's 9. Your 2 inches, there's your 1 inch. And the blouse length is still 10.25. And quarter. There's your 2 inches and your 1 inch. So connecting the lines, you have it this way. So what you're doing right now, we take our neckline, just same as the front, but then make it still, the width is 4 inches and the depth is 6.5. So remember, you place your 4 forward this way, this 6.5 inches. So we get our what? A neckline here, 4 inches. So remember the slants, you have to slant it same way, just as the front. So remember the front was 8.25, make it 8. So from this point, you get your 8.25. Having achieved your back panel this way, now use it, place it to cut out the front panel. This was what I was trying to tell you, because they are going to be placed together, so they have to be equal. Having gotten our armhole cut, our Regnant sleeve armhole cut to be same right now, so we can now cut out the front panel dart and fix it back and get to know how to So right now, we're going to go join this together. You're going to join on that 1/4 inch. Joining this together on the 1/4 inch seam allowance that you've created. This 1/4 inch, get it across board this way. Okay, actually, I don't have my lining here. This is to 2 a.m. that I'm doing this video. So if you have your lining, you can cut it in piece this way. Then you join, you place the front on the front part this way. So you join and you turn it in before you start affixing them together. But I'm just going to join this together to see how you join. So you join on the 1/4 inch this way. After joining on 1/4 inch this way down, so this is going to be, the bust shape is going to come out already. You can just even take your wording if you want to add your wording and your lining. Remember, you still do the hemming. I'm not doing all that now. I just want to show you the little tips of doing it. So you add your wording, you just place your wording, you add it up to this half length position. It's going to be this way, this way. So you add it up to this point. By the time you add it, you use your S-thing. You use your steam ironing coming with, it's going to come out like this. You can see. And you notch. It's important to notch if you want it to really come out well. You notch all this. It's just a tip. I've showed this on my 6 pieces blouse, or how to do a breast molder. It's very important to know how to achieve the bust shape that will be covered this way. So I have a video to that effect, your breast molder or the 6 pieces blouse. It shows how you can affix your wording to it and everything. So please watch. So you just notch down. It's the essence of that is that it will make it to be relaxed. You press it and the bust shape will really be curvy to bring out curvy part of the bust shape. So this, by the time you finish doing the other side of the front panel, you're going to have something like this. Then you use your lining, you place it just as I've said in front this way. You stitch it together, then it comes to the back to cover it. Remember, you have added your wording to it. So after that, you hem your lower part. I'm just doing, this is not the way I'm sewing. I'm just trying to give you a smart tips on how to do it, to go about it. So after that, what do you have? You have your back panel this way. You see, you take the darts, normally the dart that we've taken. So then this is the zipper, the allowance of the zipper. You take the zipper, then you cut off any excesses you have in it. So you're having something like this right now. You're good to go. So what you now do right now is just to cut the Regnant sleeve from the armhole point. Remember, we said the armhole point. This is not like the regular armhole. This armhole, it's slanted this way. So you make sure you get the view length that is there now, the accurate length. This is 8.5. Let me 3/4. This is 8.75 right now. So that's what you use to cut the sleeve. So the fabric is your fabric to be on fold this way. Right now, this the 4 inches I will be removing all this while. This is it. This is where you had it on the sleeve. So we've been placing our 4 inches forward this way. So this is where you had it on the sleeve. This is the 4 inches. So after the 4 inches, you could just add 1 inch seam allowance or half of an inch. So I'm adding 1 inch seam allowance. So from this point, you get the sleeve length. we said we're using 10, or I could just use 9 to make it 8, then 1 inch for turning in. So with this, then you get the round sleeve. The round sleeve is 6 inches. 12 divided by 2, that's 6. So you could use 1 inch for turning in. So what do you do from this point? You can see how slanted this place is. So this is how you are going to slant it. Just same way it will be slanted this way. Usually this 8¾ inches. 8¾ you can see slanted, is not straight. That's the Regnant sleeve. So just use it slanted this way, and you are good to go. Can you see the slant? So you cut your sleeve, and you can also always cut both sleeves together when you fold in 2 places. Right now you can see these are Regnant sleeve. Can you see it? So by the time you join it, you're going to be having it this way. So let me just show you. Can you see it's already looking like a half shoulder blouse? See the 4 inches will be putting forward all this while. Yeah. So let me remove the 1 inch seam allowance. So let's get to our nipple point. We're just doing. So can you see we've gotten our nipple point to be 10 inches here, and the blouse length usually is this. So that's Regnant sleeve. The 4 inches you take away, you get it from the sleeve. So then another thing you have to check right now is the round shoulder. We said we're using round shoulder of 40. Let me get it again. I think it's 43 or thereabouts. So it's pretty easy. Yeah, I got it. 43. So you now check. You do a glance. 43 divided by 2, because these are 2 fold. That's what 43 divided by 2. Going to give us 21.5. So let's just do a glance. You check it around this way. You see it's not up to. We are good to go. If it's not up to, you just come trim from here. So you can just trim it. By the time you bring it down a bit, let's take it from here right now. Can you see? It's almost there. So you trim it a bit again, so that you just arrive at that. Yes, you arrive at 21.5 for the up shoulder, or if you want it to be grippy, and that's how it is. So let me just try and fix it just in a slanty way, and just so that you just see how it is. The sleeve, right side facing each other. Remember, this is not how to sew. I'm just giving you a small tips. You have to apply your lining first, your wording. I don't want to quickly do this because of the fact that I don't have my lining here. This is night in Nigeria, West Africa. So just do this. So the other side also, this is the first side that we have fixed. So you take the other part, the back panel, you are fixing to it this way as well. Okay, so this just, I've not really sewn this. You can see it's not lined, it's nothing. I told you this is midnight. This after 2 a.m. or after 1 a.m. here in Nigeria. So I just decided to do this video overnight. There's my baby and all the likes. So I just quickly sewed it so that you see how it is. And there are ways in which you can make your off shoulder a shoulder blouse. That's what I've actually done in this. You know, I'm this type of conservative person. I don't really like. So that's why you can see I've made it. When you want to really make it your off shoulder, just as I've shown you on the cutting table, you just cut from this sleeve. You see, you make sure that you cut, and to achieve your perfect round sleeve. Remember, if I want to make it a real off shoulder that stands here, I can still shift it, but I can't do that to my body. So if I want to make it an off shoulder that will stand here, I'll just make sure that I cut off this part. Can you see this part of the sleeve? So before turning it in, so it makes it come down that way. Or when you are making your neckline, you make sure the neckline is wider than the width I used. So you know I'm a conservative person, so I can't show you my shoulder. So that's why I made mine off shoulder to be like a shoulder blouse. Never mind. So but yours, if you want the shoulders to fall, you're gonna make sure that maybe you just cut off this part of the sleeve like I showed on the cutting table. Then your neckline will be lower than the depth and the width I used. Then it falls to your normal side of the round shoulder. Then you are good to go. You can see I've not even added my wording to it. The cup is already showing this way. Like I showed you, you have to notch. Then you use your breast ball to iron it out very well. If you don't know how to do that, watch my video on the breast ball and 6 pieces blouse. I'll try to give you the link here. Then don't forget, it's coming once again. If this video has been helpful to you, please don't forget to subscribe, please like, then share and press the notification bell so that you get notified of our latest video. And I do want you to please watch my vlog, because again, I'm now a cinematographer, you know, so call me for your events. There for your cinematic section, videographies and photography, whatever you want. Yeah, we're managing your events. We make the dresses, we make the suits, we make the shoes. Then we take the photograph, and you know we're there. And AFAB is coming again. Please let me say all the savings I want to say. You know I like to talk. Yes, AFAB, African Fashion and Art Festival. It's coming up in some few weeks. Thank God for Lagos Fashion 2018. This is a bigger one. It's endorsed by the Presidency of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Gang. So the next one is going to be at UK. I'm going to catch up with you there. So please don't forget to like. Setro Fashion is going to be on the runway, and it's going to be great. As in, we are showcasing the heritage of Africa to the world. Yeah, and that's it. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook at Setro Fashion. Instagram is Setro. Facebook is at Setro Fashion School, please. Instagram is Setro Fashion. We also have Setro Media. Then Twitter is Setro Fashion. Yeah, so for those of you that want to join our fashion school, it's an online fashion school. You can get connected anywhere in the world, in the globe. Yeah, so just WhatsApp for us and you get started. Our fashion videos are now on DVDs. Place your orders and you grab your copy. So till I come away next time.